All right, folks, this is the crisis report for January 22nd, 2026. We are brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals. We appreciate you being here. We're not going to be long-winded. We're just going to get going tonight. We are tired and have to get her done. So, big snow to hide the big show. That's a big question. What are they hiding? What are we doing? All right, friends, here we go. This is your crisis report for January 22nd, 2026. Don Lemon has been charged by the Trump DOJ for storming a church with leftist rioters, along with 7 others, in an attempt to disrupt the service. Federal judge has refused to charge Don Lemon over the anti-ICE protest at the Minnesota church because, hey, if you're a Democrat, you can do whatever you want. Pretty cool. William Kelly is facing up to 10 years in prison after being charged with conspiracy to deprive rights, federal crime tied to his role in the St. Paul church riots. European organizations are preparing to launch a new social media platform, W, aimed at pushing X out of the market with mandatory human verification to eliminate bots. I'm sure it's going to go over like a lead balloon. President Trump confirms he has deployed a massive U.S. military fleet toward Iran, ready for any scenario he decides. Lindsey Graham is calling for the U.S. military intervention in Syria to destroy ISIS, the very group he helped empower. EU provides the first 10 million euros for a new special tribunal to prosecute Russian leaders for their role in Moscow's war against Ukraine. Trump has sued J.P. Morgan Chase and its CEO, Jamie Dimon, in a $5 billion lawsuit for debanking him for political reasons. Nigel says that he has enjoyed the WEF this year. As there is genuine debate, there are different opinions now rather than sort of a consensus view, and I certainly felt was coming out from the globalists. Well, that's great. Still want to rule us. Federal magistrate judge dismissed the Justice Department's attempt to charge Don Lemon for his involvement in an anti-ICE mob at a Minnesota church. U.S. is considering a complete withdrawal of American troops from Syria. Experts say that Germany's gold is not safe with Trump. Trump donor Palmer Luckey's Anduril Industries will invest $1 billion in a new Long Beach campus developing advanced weapons systems like drones, missiles, robotic submarines, and autonomous fighter jets. Senator Amy Klobuchar for governor of the great state of Minnesota. Senator Amy, got that to Doubler. U.S. House passed an additional $1.2 trillion spending package for the Pentagon, education, transportation, health, and human services, and Homeland Security Department. Israeli Channel 13 says the IDF has completed preparations for an American strike on Iran, and the home front is now ready. They also said the U.S. is expected to complete preparations again across the region in the coming days for a possible attack against Iran. Rightward shifts amongst young voters and non-white support for Trump has seen in 2024 has since reversed. White voters now remain the only demographic group that supports Trump on net. Screwed. Gold has surged past $4,900, dwarfing the 2011 European banking crisis and 1979 oil crisis. In the first 22 days of 2026, gold added $3.9 trillion and is up 13%. Silver added 1.3 trillion and is up 32%. Judge has rejected prosecutor's bid to charge journalist Don Lemon after a Minnesota church protest. Magistrate judge rejected the federal prosecutor's bid to charge Don Lemon related to the church protest, a person familiar with the matter said Thursday. It wasn't immediately clear what the Justice Department would do after the judge's decision. Authorities could return to a magistrate judge to again seek a criminal complaint in an indictment against Lemon before the grand jury. All seems like a waste. He's not going anywhere. CNN, which has fired Lemon in 2023, first reported the ruling. Federal law says new cars after 2026 must monitor drivers and shut down if their car disapproves. We disagree with you. We're shutting down. Your dashboard should not be the judge, jury, and executioner. I agree. Scott Perry and Representative Chip Roy offered an amendment to defund the automobile kill switch mandate. And here's our debate. So they talk about it in this video right there on the screen. Why it's a good thing to be a member. Click that sucker. You're ready to roll. President Trump on his Greenland deal says we can do anything we want. He can do anything he wants, folks. Anything. U.S. military is rapidly expanding its footprint in the Middle East, moving additional fighter aircraft, ships, air defense, and support into the region. Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group in the Indian Ocean will soon enter the U.S. Fifth Fleet Central Command area of whatever it's called. Tired. 3 F-15 Strike Eagles squadrons now forward deployed. Increased KC-135 and C-17 flights supporting the buildup. Patriot and THAAD are air defense systems, reportedly en route. Leftist jury in Chicago has found Juan Espinoza Martinez. He's the high-ranking Latin Kings member who also put a $10,000 hit on a Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino. He was found not guilty. Okay. Looking at the current situation, I feel that the American-Israeli strikes against Iran have been permanently shelved for now. It is highly unlikely that any strikes against Iran will take place as part of now because of the pursuit of diplomacy. Is it the truth? Is it a ruse? We'll find out tomorrow. Or maybe the day after that. UK announced the deployment of fast air assets to All You Need Air Base. Bad Bunny is going to go to the Super Bowl and wear a dress. Whatever. Iranian President Pezeshkian and Turkey's Erdogan held a phone call closely following developments in Iran, values Iran's stability, opposes any external intervention, and stressed that preventing escalation in the region is in Turkey's interest, praising Tehran on the way they handled the protests. It is well known that the AKP government wants to do to its Kemalist population what the Khomeiniist regime in Iran does to those who oppose the regime. Fighting words. Zelensky announced that the U.S., Ukraine, and Russia will hold a trilateral meeting tomorrow in the UAE. The meeting will last 2 days. The Ukrainian delegation will be led by the head of the President Office, Budanov. Dozens of U.S. attack aircraft are currently based in facilities in Jordan, which, according to foreign assessments, are expected to serve as a major staging area for a strike on Iran. Same time in recent days, especially today, extensive movements of various types of bombers and transport aircraft have been observed at the Diego Garcia base in the Indian Ocean. Silver futures at COMEX surpassed for the first time in history $97 an ounce, reached a new all-time high of 97.525. Own assets. There's something flavoring every aspect of foreign policy right now, and it's technocracy. Tech bros in Washington, they have their fingers in everything. See this as a 50-year plan, starting with the Trilateral Commission in the first place, who wanted to capture the U.S. as a means to get their hands on the economic engine of the world. That was their purpose back then. And today they have their hands on the economic engine of the world. So, yeah, pretty cool post right there on geopolitics and empire. It's a great, thought-provoking website. So, you want to read all that, go for it. Trump announces that very soon the United States will begin oil drilling activities in Venezuela. Cash freight index dropped 7.5% year over year in December, 0.93% above the 2020 Ronademic lows. Index tracks North American freight shipments and is one of the most important indicators of U.S. shipping activity. Foreign holdings of U.S. Treasuries jumped $112.8 billion in November, record $9.4 trillion. However, China's stockpile, third largest holder, dropped $6.1 billion to $682.6 billion, lowest since 2008. Belgium's holdings, who cares? And silver has surged to above $98.50 an ounce. That is now up 38% this month. That, my friends, is your crisis report for January 22nd, 2026. We are brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals. We preach you, we appreciate you coming, and we're going to do this thing called bed. God bless you all. See you on the next one in the morning sometime. And that is that crisis report out. God bless. We'll see you.